Hello my beautiful people, it's Adriana here, day 26 of 365 days, woohoo! Day 26. And you wonder why I have grass in my mouth, and I am by a tree close to sitting on a grass. Today I want to talk with you about something. As I was sitting here and contemplating certain things, I remind myself when I was a child, I used to stay and love my grandparents used to have cows. So I used to stay and watch the cows, how they sit and they ruminate. You know, I don't know for some of you that if know or not, cows, they eat the grass and then they regurgitate it in their mouth. I know it sounds gross, but they regurgitate it in their mouths, and then they swallow, they chew it, re-chew it, and then swallow it, and they regurgitate it again, and they swallow it, and so on. So that's called rumination. And it's the same that I was thinking, like, why when I was a kid I used to wonder, why do they do that? That's like, why they don't just chew it once and swallow it and done? But cows, they do that because they help with the process of digestion. So because they eat such a big quantity of grass and straw, and they don't chew it properly at once, they take the time afterwards and they grab it and they chew it and they re-swallow it and re-chew it and so on. And it made me think, it's almost like an analogy, like, and I wanted to ask you, do you know the difference, what is between, or the similarity between us and cows? And you're gonna be like, wait, Rihanna, what you just said? Listen, just listen to me. You know, us comparing or similarities with the cow is that if you take this analogy of the cow is regurgitating the grass and the straw and then stays for hours of doing this because he wants to have a proper digestion, and most of the digestion happen into their mouth as well, so then when they swallow everything, they get all the nutrients from the grasses absorbs really fast, and the process of digestion happening super fast. Anyway, and they can process a lot of grass, a lot of food. But that made me think of us. And sometimes I feel like we are like cows, but even worse. And I will say why. It's because I feel like us, we have problems. We all have problems in our lives, and we all deal with things. And then I was thinking of this idea that almost sometimes we are like cows. We regurgitate, not physically but metaphorically, a lot of our problems. Problems that we swallow and we ate a while ago. And sometimes I feel like we're regurgitating the same problem over and over and over again. And we keeping these problems, and we chew on it for days, sometimes for months, and unfortunately sometimes for years. And we stuck with the problem, and we try to find it, and we turn it in all the ways possible to trying to find a solution. And I realized that most of us, we regurgitating and we chewing on the same problem for so many years, and in the end we still not finding a solution. And I realized that I think sometimes it's important to become aware and ask ourselves, why do I bringing up this problem over and over again? What do I get of bringing this problem back over and over again? Because when you hold on on something, you get the benefits of it. Even if you say that, but I hate this problem, I'm sick and tired of this situation, I don't want to be into it. But when you realize you're just holding this problem the whole time, but you're complaining about it. So what I want to share with you today may be a different perspective. Instead of bringing the problem over and over again, how about you letting it go? And this letting go, it's actually, I recommend you, is a book called Letting Go, Letting Go, a book from David Hawkins, a really, really incredible book that I highly recommend to read. I'm actually listening it now on Audible. And it's talking about this idea that we have these problems that we keep holding on them, but we're not allowing it to just let go. And most of the time it sounds more simpler than it is, but it is. sometimes you just have to realize that you have this problem, and you bringing it back and ruminate at it over and over again is not gonna disappear. It's not gonna resolve. You're just gonna keep bringing it up, and you're not gonna find the end of it. So sometimes you have to just become aware of that. I hold on this problem, and I need to release it because it's no longer benefit me. And when you release it, maybe you cannot release it all of it once, but sometimes if you just try to release a little bit of it, or maybe portions of it, and that maybe it's a solution for you to help you to release and not bring up so much rumination over problems that they've been so old in your life that they don't matter anymore. You know, you might be not speaking with your brother or your family for the last 20 years because you don't even remember why. Or maybe someone said something to you and now you keep holding on tight on that, what they said and how they said it, and they shouldn't say that. And think about it, that's just words. So maybe let go. Or maybe at least be open to let it go. Or try to let a little bit. Don't let it go all, just let it a little bit. Just allow it to be there and allow it to be, and maybe it's gonna go itself, or maybe you will have to let it and release it little by little. So maybe we have some similarities with cows. Maybe we ruminate over things that sometimes are important to ruminate them so they can disappear, but sometimes I think we hold too tight on them. So this is something I wanted to share with you today, of thinking of your problems and allow them to go. I think it's simple, not easy, but it's a way of starting something new. Let me know, how do you release your problems? How much you hold on your problems, and most importantly, why?